Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome. This Friday evening, our last session for this week before we start again on Monday. So I don't know how many of you are watching me right now. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chago. You can also see that under the title. Hang on, I'm gonna write this down. So my name is, here we go, Chago. Okay, I am a teacher for Mayes here in Milan, specifically in the center, in the Meravigli area. What else about me? I am 29 years old. I am originally from Brazil, but I lived in California for many years before I moved to Italy. Okay, and that's it, guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. I know it's a difficult, strange time for everybody. But yes, I'm happy that we can still have some lessons and still spend some time together. So today we are talking about first transportation. Okay, different means of transportation. So we will look at some vocabulary. So for example, of course, here we have a car, have a pink car. We'll be looking at other different types of transportation, some verbs that we can use to talk about transportation, okay? And also can and can't to talk about abilities, okay? So to get started, here we have 6 different types of transportation. Okay, so we have car, train, bus, motorbike, bicycle, or on foot. So if we look at A over here, this is of course a motorbike. You can say motorbike or motorcycle, as you prefer. Motorcycle or motorbike. Okay, so you have 2 options. B, of course, we said this before. This is a car. This would be a car, is B. C, we have a bicycle. Okay, X and Ileana, B is car. So we have bicycle, or if you prefer, bike. Okay? Yes, very nice, Liana, and good spelling. Good job. Okay, bicycle or bike. Then, of course, D, we have the train. E, we say on foot. So exactly, Ale. D is train. E is on foot. So you can say to go on foot or to walk. Okay, the verb. So go on foot, or simply, if you prefer, you can say walk. Okay? So this is a foot, like foot locker, where you buy shoes, right? For your feet. So 2 feet, 1 foot. So on foot is to walk. And then finally, F, of course, we have a bus. F is bus. Okay, so these are some important types of transportation. But of course, we have also different types of transportation. If you live in a big city, we have other types. What are other examples you can give me? Other types of transportation. Can you write in the comments? For example, in Milan, I live in Milan. There is it's a special type of train that goes quite fast inside the city? Exactly, Ale. We have the subway. Okay, so you can say subway, metro, the underground. Okay, those are all possibilities. Subway, metro, underground. Okay, it's the same thing, identical. Okay, very good. Any other types of transportation? For example, it's a combination of a train and a bus. And you also can find it in many cities. In Turin, in Milan, for example. So it's similar to a train and bus. And that, of course, is the tram. A tram. Just like you would say in Italian as well. A tram. Yes, perfect. Just got your answer now, Ale. Very good. A tram. Okay? So there you go. Here are some forms of transportation. All right? Now, the verb that we use for transportation is to go. Go. For example, you can say, how do you go to school? How do you go to school? And I say, I go by, and then the type of transportation. For example, I go to school by car, by bus, by tram. Okay? So let me ask, okay, so I see Liana and Ale. Let me ask you too, if there's anyone else. How do you go to work? How do you go to work? So I go to work by metro, personally. I go to work by metro. And you? How do you go to work? Exactly. So, Ale, I would only give you one small correction. It's better to say, I go to work by car. Okay, it's better. And then we have Ileana. That is perfect. See, I go to work by car. Although, Ale, with my car, and just careful with the spelling, okay, we say, here we go. With. That's okay. It's not incorrect, but it's more common to say I go by car. All right? Very nice. So it's always I go by, I go by, I go by, but we have one exception. Exception. Okay, so we say I go to work on foot. Okay, by car, by metro, by bike, by tram, by taxi, but on foot. So that's the only exception. Okay? Of course, you can also use this in the third person. I can say, I go to work by metro, but I can maybe say, Ileana, she goes to work by car. Okay, so you just have to remember the ES here. So I go, he or she goes. All right. So here we go. First one, he goes to work by, and you can just repeat, you can say it, okay? Not necessary to write, not necessary. You can just say, he goes to work by motorcycle or motorbike. Okay? He goes to work by car. She goes to work by bicycle, or she goes to work by bike. Bike, bicycle, as you prefer. He goes to work by train. By train. Very old train. And she goes to work on foot. Okay, so not by, she goes to work on foot. That's it. Oh, and finally, she goes to work by bus. Okay? So if you have any questions about anything, guys, just write it down in the comments, please, and I can answer them. So we have some transportations, no? Car, bike, metro, on foot. So we can go, but go where? What are some locations, some places we can go? So A, of course, I can go to the park. I can go to the park. I can go, of course, to the supermarket, or I can go to the city center. Park, supermarket, city center. Let's see here. Ale, how do you go to the supermarket? So how do you go to the supermarket? And you can write down the answer. Okay, so I go to the supermarket by car. Very good. Good for you. I don't have a car. Ugh, all the bags. I go on foot. On foot, yeah? And Ileana, how do you go to the city center? How do you go to the city center? There, okay. All right, so I'm going to continue. Sometimes it's necessary to wait 1 minute for the comment. There you go. Perfect. I go to the city center on foot. Very nice. Good job with on foot in particular. And also good job, Ale. I go to the supermarket by car. Okay. Excellent, guys. If there are new students who came to the lesson now, you can also, of course, participate, okay? You can write the comments. So let's continue. Here we just have some phonetics. English pronunciation can be a little bit difficult sometimes. It can be very irregular. So we're going to look at the two different sounds, okay? So this sound is a sound of a s, s. Okay, and this is a hard k, k. Hi, Peter. All right, so we got s or k. So soft, hard. All right, so let's look at the first one. We have rice. So see, rice. So I would put that in the first category. But the second, I say school. School. So I have the k, school. So it's a harder sound. Okay? So now just in your head, Next, how do you pronounce it? Say juice. Juice. You have orange juice, apple juice, juice. Okay, so that one is actually an S. For juice is, yeah, S. And then we have bicycle, which we did before, so definitely an S. Next one, in December, we celebrate Christmas. So another K. Okay, Christmas. Next, card. Center. City. Cake. Car. Another heart, yeah. Stomach. And face. Face. Okay? And these are just some pronunciation of these words which we'll be using. So, all right. So, here we have some different verbs. Of course, before we talked about the verb go. Yeah, I can go by car, go on foot, go by metro. But we also have some specific verbs we can use. We have drive, ride, fly, and take. So, if we look at the first one, a bicycle. What do you do with a bicycle? So, this one, we ride. You ride a bicycle. A car, you drive. You drive a car. Okay. The train, you take. So you take the train, you take the bus, you fly an airplane, and you ride a motorcycle. Okay, so to help you remember, if it's like some kind of public transportation or a type of transportation with other people, then we usually say take, right? Take the bus, take the train, take the metro, take the tram. So take, yeah? Ride is when you are on top. So bicycle, you're on top of the bicycle. The motorbike, you're on top of the motorbike. Also maybe a horse, yeah? You ride the horse, you are on top. And of course, car specific, we drive and fly on a plane. Okay? Great, guys. Thanks for participating. Any questions again? Just ask me. You can just write your questions. So, all right, let me get some examples from you now. So, for example, how do you go to the supermarket? So I can say, I drive to the supermarket, right? I can say here, I drive to the supermarket, or I go to the supermarket by car. It's identical, it's the same. Okay, so no difference. 1 second. I drive to the supermarket, I go to the supermarket by car. Same thing. So, all right, so we have different examples. Supermarket, park, city center, your friend's house, work. So I want each person, each student, choose one location. Park, work, your friend's house, just one. And give me an example, please, with the verbs drive, ride, take, maybe fly, but probably not. Okay, so go on. Give me an example. Okay, does anyone? Okay, let's see. Ale, have the first example. So we have, I drive to the gym by car. Good. I would again recommend here, Ale, without no my, okay? I drive to the gym by car. By car. It's not necessary to say my. Okay? Thank you. We have Francesca. I always go to work by subway, but I dream about a car. Yes, exactly. Especially in this period. I don't want people near me. Yes, I always go to work by subway, but I dream about a car. Good. Okay, Leana, let's see. I drive to the sporting center with my friends. Good. Nice example. And good, Ale. I'm happy everything is clear. All right, guys. So, really good job here. Let's continue. Okay, now let's just decide the best verb for each. So, I walk to work. I drive my car to work. I take the bus to work. I ride my motorbike to work. And I ride my bicycle to work. Okay? Okay, guys. Then this is the last thing we will do for this activity. We can also look at the verb can. Okay, so can is something that I use to indicate an ability. Ability, a capacity that I have. Okay, for example, I can drive an automatic car, but I can't drive a manual car. This is true because in America, most people learn only to drive automatic cars. So see, I can drive an automatic car, but I can't drive a manual car. Okay, so you always have to use subject plus can and plus the verb. I can drive. That's it. Okay, and in this situation, you don't have to think about the S. I can, you can, he can, they can. It's the same. No difference. Okay? So, let's see. Here are some other examples. I can drive a car. I can't ride a bicycle. So, all right, we're just going to do some general examples. Here we have some other ones actually. So a scooter has actually two different meanings. A scooter can be like a Vespa, or it can be. Let me show you. Maybe it's easier if I show you a picture. Now they're very, very popular, like an electric scooter. 1 second. Let's open a new window. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm going to show you. Okay. So see, electric scooter. Okay, so see, this is also a scooter. A scooter, okay? So that's the one right here. Scooter, of course, a horse, the animal, yeah. A van, a truck. Truck is usually a very big car, very big car, for you to transport heavy, big things. Okay, so if you take the highway, yeah, where the cars drive very fast, sometimes you see trucks, big truck. Here. I'll show you here as well. Truck. Yeah. Okay, so please, I want an example from each person, one example of one thing you can do, one thing you can't do. For example, I can ride a bicycle. Good job, Ileana. Yeah, a food truck. Wonderful, food truck. They're very popular now. Yeah. I can ride a bicycle, but I can't fly a helicopter. Here is an example. A van, Ale, of course. Let me show you a van. This is a van. Okay, so you have car, van, truck. All right, so let me see an example from each person, please. So just like my example, so I can ride a bicycle, but I can't fly a helicopter. So tell me one thing you can do, one thing you cannot do. Let's see, Francesca. So you have, I can ride a bike, I can't drive a van. Okay, fantastic. Very nicely done. Let's see, Leana. You have, I can ride a motorcycle, but I can't fly a helicopter. Nice job. My only recommendation, Leana, remember to put a, okay? So I can ride a motorcycle, but I can't fly a helicopter. Okay? Okay, Giovanni, let's see what you have. I can ride, maybe not a house, right? A house is where you live. The animal is a horse. Okay, so just be careful with the difference. So, horse. But I can't drive a car. That's perfect. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, does anybody else who wants to give an example? Okay. Yeah, if you want, you can write. Okay, I will receive your comment soon. Oh, here we go, Ale. Got another one. So I can ride a bicycle and I can't fly an airplane. Good. Now, the only correction I would do here, Ale, is that I would say again. So see, it says I can ride a bicycle. Perfect. But I can't fly. So here, I can't fly An airplane. So let's put the article. I can't fly an airplane. Okay. And we say an with the N because after I have a vowel, a vocale after. So an airplane. All right. Good. Okay, guys. Perfect. So for the next 30 minutes, we will do a different activity. Okay, so let's review all the information from this lesson first. So just to go back 1 second. So here, remember, we have a few things. 1 second. Let me make this behind the info. All right. So here, remember, we have A, motorcycle or motorbike. B, car. C, bike or bicycle. D, train. E, to walk or to go on foot. And F, we have bus. Of course, we also have different means of transportation, as we said. For example, in big cities, you have the metro, underground, or subway. It's one possibility. We also have trams. We have scooters, we have truck, we have a van. So we have different types of transportation. Just remember that if you use the verb go, okay, so to go, we're going to say to go by. Go by car, by train, by plane. But there is one exception, and that's foot. We always say on foot, to go on foot. Okay? Some places that we saw, park, supermarket, and city center. And here we also, of course, have some verbs, yeah, that we saw that can be good. The only thing that you can drive is a car. Oops. The only thing you drive is a car. If you are on top, if you're on top of something, you can ride. So you ride a bicycle and you ride a motorcycle. You fly an airplane or a helicopter, but you take public transportation. So you take the train, take the bus, take the metro, etc. Okay? So we're going to conclude the transportation here. I'm going to close this. And now we're going to talk about people. Here we go. So describing people. So in this part, okay, we're going to look at some adjectives to describe people. People, of course, is the plural of person, okay? So we say one person, but two people. So it's irregular. One person, two people. We're going to look at verb to be, which I already put up here for us. And so, yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Now, to begin, we have some opposites. We have some adjectives that are opposites, yeah? So, let's do this. It's not necessary to write, okay? You can just think about it in your head. So, the first one, we can say tall. Someone who is tall. The opposite is short. Tall, short. Okay. Then we have a person can also be old, an old person. Okay. Maybe, for example, my grandmother. My grandmother is old. Okay. A child is young. So old, young. You can be happy or sad. So happy, sad. It's also possible to be thin or fat. Got thin, fat. Generally speaking, if you're talking also about an object, For example, you can say it is big. Maybe, for example, Milan is Rome, especially is big. Okay, but small city, right? The opposite, so small. So a village is small, big, small. And then, of course, we can also talk about the temperature. You can say that at the moment it's winter, so it is cold. But in the summer, it is hot. Okay? So that's it. Now, these are, of course, adjectives. As you know, adjectives, we use here verb to be, right? When we're talking about okay. All right. Hope everyone can hear me okay. I had some problem with the microphone, but I think now it's okay. So here we have verb to be. Yes, I would say I am. You are. He, she, it. Of course, we go for is, and then we are, and they are. Okay? Now, he, of course, is for men, she is for women, and it is for objects. Okay? So that's it. Am, are, and is. You just have to remember that. And when I use the adjectives, I use verb to be. So here. For example, if you compare, so we have she and he. So see, I can say that she is short. Oops. Go back here. She is short. You write it down. She's short, and he is tall. She's short, he's tall. Okay? Because as you can see, we abbreviate. She is, she's. He is, he's. So in English, it's very common for you to contract, to make it short when you speak, if possible. Okay? All right, so let's do some other examples. Okay? It's not necessary to write, but just think about the answer, please, as we continue. So, she is short, he is tall. Let's continue. She is thin. She's thin. She's fat. He's sad and old. I'm not sure which one. He's old. He's young. She's hot. She's hot. But she's cold. She is sad. She's sad. She's happy. This fruit is called a cherry. Cherry. It, see, because it's an object, it's not a person. So we say, in this case, that's when we use it. So it's small. It's small. But the watermelon, it's big. So the cherry, it's small. This, it's big. Okay? So now, please, I want you to choose one person. So, okay, we have some different people. We have Benigni, Berlusconi, Lady Gaga, Trump. I mean, just choose one, okay? And I want you to write a very short description. Here, for example, here, the Queen. So, the Queen is short, old, and happy in the photo. And happy in the photo. Okay? So I want each person, please, to write a very short description. So just choose one person and maybe 2 or 3 adjectives to describe, please. All right, Ale. Okay, so Johnny Depp is a young and happy person. That's great. Roberto Benigni is thin and happy. Exactly. And very good. And what if I want to say a negative? So Roberto Benigni is, Johnny Depp is, the Queen is. And if I want to say the opposite, so the opposite of is isn't. Okay? So I can say, for example, here, let's see, we saw before. So Johnny Depp is happy. Johnny Depp isn't sad. Johnny Depp isn't fat. Very good. Trump is old and tall. Exactly. Exactly. So in this case, Giovanni, it's not necessary to say the, okay? Because when we say about, if we're talking about a person, so a proper name, proper noun, know the. Trump is old and tall. All right. Good, guys. So let's continue here. All right, here we have some more information. I see Ileana got another one here. Let's see. So Berlusconi is short and very happy, but he isn't young. Yeah, he isn't young. Absolutely. That works fine. Okay. So here we have I am a student. I am 20 years old. I am British. But if I make it negative, I'm not a doctor. I'm not 44 years old. I'm not from France. Okay? So here, 1 second. And so if I want to use it in the third person, okay, just remember I have to use, as we said before, he, she, or it if it's an object. In this case, we're talking about a girl, so she. She is a student. She is not or isn't a doctor. She is 20 years old. She isn't 44 years old. She is British. She isn't from France. Okay, and so that's how we use verb to be to talk about personality, but also to talk about some physical characteristics as well. Okay, the only thing that we don't use to be is if I'm talking about my hair and my eyes. In that case, of course, I use have. Okay, so let me put it here. Have for the eyes and for the hair. Okay, so I am tall, I am thin, I am happy, I am sad, but I have brown hair, I have brown eyes. Okay, but the others you can use to be. All right, excellent. So let's practice a little bit describing people. So this is an artificial intelligence program. And it generates a person. This person is not real. It's a computer-generated person, okay? But here, let's look at this person and let's write a description, okay? Some positives and negatives. Let me give you an example. So I can say, for example, this is Mike. He is thin, tall, and happy. He isn't Italian or sad, for example, yeah? So I can use some positives and some negatives. So let's do another person. Okay, let's talk about this person, or two people, so we'll do the first one. So, all right, can maybe just one or two people, or if everyone wants to participate, that's great. Can you do similar to the example, like Mike, but for this person? So she. So this is, and then give me some affirmative and some negatives, please, using the vocabulary that we said before. Okay, so here, let me give you 1-2 minutes for you to write. All right, Francesca, let's see. So we have, so she's Linda and seems very happy. Good verb, seems, yeah. She has short hair and a beautiful smile. Excellent job, Francesca. The only correction is she has short hair. So no, she has short hair. Great, great. Ale, let's see. So she is, in this case, it's not necessary, okay? So she is happy and thin, but she isn't fat or old. Yeah. This is Alessia. She is happy and tall. She isn't old. Sure. Sure. Good job. Okay. So let's do another one. We got one more here. Let me see Nana. So this is Lynn. She's young and she has straight hair. She hasn't green eyes. Okay, very nice. Ileana, the only suggestion I would make is instead of saying she hasn't green eyes, it is more common to say she doesn't have. She doesn't have green eyes. Okay. Hasn't is okay, but it's not very common. It's an old usage. Okay. Great. Perfect, guys. So let's do one more. Okay. All right. 1 or 2 minutes. Give me an example. Okay, let's see. So we have some examples here. So first we have, so she has dark eyes and short hair. I think she plays tennis. Yeah, that's perfect. And good correction, of course. Francesca plays. Great. Giovanni, let's see. So she's happy, short, and thin. She isn't fat or tall. Good. Just careful with fat, okay, with an A. Fat. All right. And Ileana, so this is Maria. She's happy, but she doesn't have, perfect job, doesn't have, excellent. She doesn't have long hair. Good. Okay. Let's see, maybe Ale, do you also have an example? Then I can just correct if there are any errors. Okay, so I'll just wait. If you have it, Ale, fantastic. If not, no problem as well. So, all right, guys. There we go. So she is happy. She has brown hair and eyes, but she doesn't have. Do you mean maybe a mustache? Maybe mustache. Write it down. Yeah, a mustache. Exactly. A mustache is the hair that you have just here. Yeah. Perfect. Exactly. Nicely done. I like the creativity there. Guys, so this is it. Okay. So let's just before we finish for today, let's just do a very quick review just of some of these adjectives. Okay. So if I'm describing a person and I'm using verb to be, all right, I can use adjectives. So there are different adjectives that I can use. I can say that someone is tall or short, thin, fat, old, young, happy, sad, big, small, cold, hot. Okay, so these are some common adjectives. But remember that if you're talking about your hair and your eyes, or for example, the mustache, then we don't use verb to be, but we use verb have over here. Okay, so that's it, guys. This is the end of our streaming service for today. Thank you, all 4 of you, for joining and participating, asking good questions, giving good examples. Really good group, all right? And my recommendation now, just for you to kind of practice and be more comfortable with this, you can just look for images of people like we did here. If you do this every day for 5 minutes, take a few pictures and just describe it. If you want, you can do it just thinking, but it's also good to speak, even if you are alone at the house. This website, if you want to use it, is called thispersondoesnotexist.com. So then you have an artificial intelligence service creating this for you. Okay, so I'll share that with you. Thispersondoesnotexist.com. So get a little bit of practice. You have the weekend, so just keep practicing, and this will become easier and easier. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. Be safe. Stay inside. Wash your hands. Don't touch your faces. Okay? So thank you so much, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.